In the Illuminati, whose timelines start with Adam Weishaupt, and I heard Maison Blanche, Des Roses for this Maria Paraffin. With that being said, you know, it's time to handle this shit properly. With that being said, from what I understand, this Hekate, and I fought hard for it like my Archangel Michael said. She set me up to be a sacrifice because she saw I was black. So I had to take care of that at one point. With that being said, she wanted to set me up as a sacrifice for Zendaya. You know, she white supremacist motherfucking. I'm not politically correct. Because she was a much proper face. And his word, you know, like, I heard she sold me. And I couldn't believe it when I heard it. Because, well, to be, you know, she seems strong, you know, pro-black. And I like that. She's biracial, but pro-black. And I like that, you know. And, you know, I like the juxtaposition of a biracial person, woman, and all, who stands up for our people. But I didn't know all the nuances with her mom. You know, I heard that in that timeline, the August 22nd, 2022 timeline. Like I said, I saw it through my third eye. I got taken out of my body. And I was trying to get in, and I got blocked. Just felt her come up and fuck with my, see, this is the problem. It's people's the highest self. You know, it shouldn't be exposed like this. But anyways, as I was saying before, that's why, you know, I'm handling this Santa Muerte shit and all that. With that being said, from what I understand, you know, as I said before, I tried to get back in. I remember somebody slapping the timelines of somebody from Destrehan, Louisiana. I know the person that soul swapped me. I don't know if within their timeline started at Atchafalaya Bay. And hers was originally Destrehan. And I saw in her memories or something, her going to UNO. But anyways, She signed a deal with the Illuminati too to sell me as a sacrifice. An incarnated, well, I know Zendaya was incarnated God, Hekate. And they stole the powers. And I'm going to explain that later on, the significance of it, of my mom's connection to ISIS, to do it. Saying, to my dad, I'm related. Anyways, from what I understand, her mother, was a high level witch. And very, very dark. Didn't like the fact that she had black kids and she ugly motherfucker. She looked like a fucking a troll. Both parents are ugly motherfuckers. Kazembe, they're not the best looking people, aesthetically. As long as you love each other and you care, which I heard is not the case. It seemed like I said, I just knew her from Euphoria. I have no interest to be in no helly weird. I've had motherfuckers try to come at me with them offers and I just reject it. I was told here, for instance, connotes to me meeting record executives who were portraying themselves as hipsters in the astral plane. Let me know I was going to get soul swapped. And I'm like, I didn't see record execs. Like, where the fuck is that coming from? I have no interest in music. I could see acting or something or TV because I'm an interested person, but not no music. And sure enough, during this, I actually had an astrovision of, and I was told they'll close the timelines to see it too, of being in a recording studio where, I was told I got sexually harassed like a motherfucker, because I always stood against it when I was in my body. By Lil Wayne, Birdman, and all of them. And then I saw my dad trapped in the roach realm as a sacrifice. And I almost ended up that way as well. Let me go ahead and show you his docs. I heard they'll close the timelines to see it through him. I got attacked, I remember Santa Muerte or someone was defending me that night from DJ Khalid. It's just, some keeps trying to tell me I don't speak all the truth, but I got to speak the truth. So something weird happened. With that being said, from what I understand, she put me down as a sacrifice, as an incarnated God. And started stealing all my shit. And working with this Maria Paraffin to do it. And she stole my whole child consciousness the other night like it ain't nothing. And I saw that. She had been stealing my child consciousness, stealing major entity attachments connected to it. 17, 14, 17, 15 hertz, 295 hertz. They're doing something to make it to where I can't get it back. 1150 hertz. With that being said, I have a hard time wrapping my head around it. With that being said, from what I understand, as I said before, this is the most fucked up shit where you expected to just be treated. I can't play that shit, especially with this wetback with all them motherfuckers, niggas, all of them. To get treated like shit and have your body parts taken away from you. That's who you are. You can't let that shit happen. That's why I started wearing the Angola oil, the Florida water. I say, you're like, no, you're going to feel it. We're not doing that. That's dangerous. I felt something this morning where I felt like I could have died if I didn't have this shit. And I felt that numerous times. You're supposed to be expected to feel. My highest self, my Archangel Michael, fix the shit. There's no excuses. I shouldn't have to go through hell to get my shit back. Real spirit team would agree. Baron Samedi took out that soul piece. It's been hell. And these other motherfuckers. But anyways, I was able to get it back. But, you want a spirit team that gives a fuck about you. And I remember coming across some months before, and they were like, Raven, and they were happy to see me. I've seen the Illuminati in them timelines. My Archangel Michael was removing them early this morning. Took my child consciousness back from them. Put them under, more caring motherfuckers with heart, with a conscience. Going back to when I was very, very young, 1991, I remember having astro visions of being backstage. I think I had something similar recently at a concert with a couple of other kids waiting to meet with Jay-Z, and I thought it was MK Ultra. Turns out it was to Rape Our Blessings. His real name is Sean Corey Carter. His who the show went with that. Nail charts off. He didn't blow up until 1997 with Big Pimpin', so I shouldn't have had them astro visions. None of them dreams should have occurred. That's fucked up to steal somebody's fucking child consciousness, and something needs to happen to that Zendaya in that timeline. Her mama, Claire Marie Storm or whatever the fuck her name is. I ain't got time for the bullshit. Anyways, with that being said, going back to that time, I've taken to sleeping with my black kyanite. That's been helping. With that being said, like my higher self was saying when she came, and I should have listened to her that night, instead of that Maria Paraffin using Baron Sambley's soul consciousness. I should have stayed. Should have stayed indoors while she was repairing me. And she come from a great Jewish grandmother, so Swedish past life. Anyways, with that being said, from what I understand, now I'm feeling shit. If you want to fix me, don't have me wide open. Just put everything back. Don't torture me to fix me. That's crazy. With that being said, and from what I understand, they went after me more so because I'm related to Isis. Now, the Egyptian gods created the industrial complex on Earth. The Egyptian aliens, I should call them, because they're not from this reality, period. And their reality is different from what it is. With that being said, from what I understand in the spirit plane, Hekate represents consciousness or something. She even controls Quetzalcoatl with a whip, I heard. Somebody take that away. Let me get it back. With that being said, the problem okay, the thing is, I don't want to say reptilian, there was a guy named Two Circles who used to talk about this. He used to talk about the Watchers, the setup. You have the Watchers, I've seen them, blacks, your boy Norm Berggren talked about 7-foot tall black aliens, creating the rings of Saturn.
Okay, but if there are craft, there are beings.
Okay, people have asked me about, I call them vehicles, okay?
Right.
Now, I did not call them objects. That was too neuter for me.
Okay.
I had a Stanford professor said, you ought to call them objects. No. They have all of the qualities of a vehicle. Mm-hmm. They can move. They're just like a missile or anything like that. So that much we can say about them, for sure.
Okay,
So I'm calling it a vehicle.
okay.
Okay, somebody comes along and says, well, now where would you manufacture one that's 2.5 Earth lengths long? And that's a hard question to answer.
So are you not positing the idea that those vehicles contain, beings who are, maybe like us?
Yeah, I only go along with government images. And if you want to know about people kind of thing, there is the ship that picked up the Voyager capsule at Alameda Naval Shipyard, and they have a picture there of I think it's the Apollo flight that Buzz and Neil were on. But anyway, there is one image there that shows black people getting off.
So people with dark skin getting off,
Not dark, black.
black skin,
Really black. Yeah.
were they tall?
Yes.
Very tall?
Yeah.
How tall? Do you know?
Well, they got out the doorway. I don't know how high that is, but
Well, what?
safe 7 feet would be probably a conservative estimate.
Have you heard about Clark McClellan's statement about that?
No,
Oh, you haven't?
no,
Have you ever been in touch with him?
no.
No?
There is one image there that shows black people getting off.
So people with dark skin getting off,
Not dark, black.
black skin,
Really black. Yeah.
were they tall?
Yes.
Very tall?
Yeah.
How tall? Do you know?
Well, they got out the doorway. I don't know how high that is, but
Well, what?
safe 7 feet would be probably a conservative estimate.
I think they the Nubians and created our universe. Well, not created universe, but I don't know. Then you got the tall redheads. A lot of black people get their temperaments from them. I heard people of color. Then you got the blondes. When people think of the tall blondes, they think Nordics, but it's actually alien grays with long blonde hair. With that being said, they want to bring the creators of our reality, the Egyptian gods, under their purview. Like, how the fuck? That's like a child, and it does happen when the parent is incompetent, gets conservatorship of a parent. That's what they want to do with the Egyptian gods. That's why they do the one-eyed symbolism. It's designed to take the power of Ra, Horus, Thoth. They used to say Thoth. It actually connotes the Egyptian god Thoth. And it's a disrespect to him. It's like the name Nimrod. It's actually the name of an Egyptian pharaoh. They denigrate them like white people do, the fakers are Jews, to bring them down to their level. So that's what they want to do with this next, Hekate, set them up to be harvested. I heard in her timeline she got Recy Taylor. And she about to close them timelines. So use 694 hertz, 5300 hertz form, 1488 hertz if necessary. 1135 hertz. These are frequent. Look at that spot up there. You don't see that spot? That black way up there. That shit ain't coming from my car either. But suffice it to say, because there were so many aspects to this, I can't really recall off the top of my head. But I remember the sense of panic. I think I was either driving or something. I was still in this position where I was semi-homeless. But it seemed like I was a white woman in this dream, and I was working for this wealthy family, and I was begging them for shelter, and they were like, "Well, you can't stay here, and you have to think about it." Or I think I went into this stranger's house. I was begging them, "Hey, man, can I stay here?" But it was very fucking weird. I think that the amount of battery just went down because something decided to download on my fucking cell phone. Something stopped that shit, some update. But I remember trudging through, yeah, and begging the people for shelter. And I remember at one point, before then, it seemed like I was out at Venice Beach or something, Santa Monica. It actually looked a lot like this building out here, like one of them apartment complexes that's at that location. And I remember I was by neutral ground, some shit to that effect. I mean, before people talk shit, look at the disaster hit New Orleans East where I grew up in. You had 15 fucking tornadoes out there that just recently hit. So no place is safe. Y'all are stupid. Most people are fucking dumb and stupid. That's why I don't take their fucking advice. I let my guides guide me. After all, my guides guided me to this great ass car that I'm driving right now. You can even see it indicated on the license plate. You got the 3 6s and the 2. So, don't tell me shit. I'm letting my guides guide me. Now, that said, to all of you out there, tell me what you think. I'm quite certain that more nuances to this. Take care of them. I'm going to say this right now. Years ago, I had a vision in Santa Monica of a huge wave hitting, not in Santa Monica, but when I first moved to LA in 2009. Big wave hitting Santa Monica. They're going to do something with her. I keep hearing that in them timelines they placed her as Hekate to do something with the beast and cause a great cataclysm and steal powers from somebody that they ain't got no business stealing. I'm a sound schizo when I say that, but that's the truth of what I've seen in the spirit plane. I'm not playing around. And that's why in part I've been getting harvested. And I'm not with that shit. I want to bring light. I'm being told, don't say it, fuck you. See why I'm saying that? Now, I was ruminating a lot about the Bayside alien invasion. Very interesting. With that being said, from what I heard, this is what Eminem wanted to reveal, and this is why he got killed. Their intent is to bring about a great cataclysm and destroy all of humanity. And force us, I know my eyes just got big. I saw that. It was weird, like I'm in the astral plane, which I feel I am. And I got proofs of that. When somebody, supposedly from the physical plane put incense under me, I felt it. I almost felt transparent. Anyways, their intent is to bring about a great cataclysm. Okay, that's going to wipe out most of humanity. I heard Jeff Bezos, who kept coming to me in 2000 when I lived on the PCH, 2020. I thought it was, because he heard about me on the PCH walking around topless and sometimes butt naked when I'm drunk. But it was because they took him out of his body, placed him in the 4D. 2019 got rid of his wife and replaced him with their handler, Lauren Sanchez. That's his handler. And placed him in the 4D in the roach realm. Instantly rescinded, his $1 billion, had him like with Kanye West, had him in the same thing, brought him down to $1 million and got him, stuck where all of his, it's like with me, all of his blessings are being sent somewhere else. I'm not getting them, so where the fuck they going? I barely have any money in my checking account. Don't drink, don't do drugs, don't do any of that. I do reps later on. It's harder. With that being said, something is going on. They plan on, that's why they're building underground bunkers, the elite, so-called. Our future, the way we're going to look in the future, will be them alien motherfucking grays. That will become us. Organic robotoids we're just told to do. And from what I understand, our future is going to be like The Time Machine by H.G. Wells, where you got the Morlocks, who are going to be the Illuminati. Ugly looking motherfuckers I was told they look like. While we're at the bottom. Acting as alien grays, feeding, bringing food for them, feeding off of people organically. Preying on motherfuckers. Like the word pray. So 48 hertz for the Illuminati. With that being said, that's what Eminem wanted to discuss. That's why they took him out. That's why they took out Jeff Bezos. Help him, 3517 hertz, 1714 hertz, 3517 hertz, I believe, can put him back in his body. 1714, 1715 hertz, 295, 446 hertz. I know that's power retreat. But 295, 695, no. 295, 695 hertz. 3002 hertz, but I know 1714, 1715 hertz teleports. Fuck with them frequencies. Help them out. With Eminem, I heard they turned him, they got him hidden somewhere. They turned him into a straight up fucking vegetable. They just have him as pure consciousness and nothing. Nothing going on. Use 3517 hertz to put them back together, 694 hertz, 695 hertz to locate them. Or your third eye. That's fucked up. For idiot, evil motherfuckers to expect you to be a sacrifice and expect you to not fight back. And, meanwhile, they worth millions and they taking from you, and that's some fucking bully predating ass bullshit. I don't play with that shit. I gotta get mines back. I'm a very nice person. I'm a very loving and giving person. I just don't put up with shit. Motherfuckers like on the PCA shit like that. You get made a sacrifice like with these nigga bitches. Timeline start the Guggenheim Museum. They under your Jehoshaphat. That's some dark evil shit to be under. You know, if you crowned by him, like this gentleman here, I heard, who, you know, I could feel he went through the same thing as I in high school. He gets into your body. Like Baron Samedi, he want to fuck with you, he fuck with you, but he funny. I love his energy. You know, I loved it. Problem with Elegua, he was sacrificed under Jehoshaphat. I had my archangels remove all of that, you know, with them wet nigga bitches, and, you know, try to bring my timelines back. Last night, there started the Guggenheim Museum. With that said, you end up under him. They got that man that live in furniture hell realm. You're stuck. It's hell. Demonic, dark. He gets in your body and starts making you become suicidal. You don't want that. I know I saw that there passing right there. And he's under God of that marriage, and that's the problem. With that being said, we're going to go ahead, we're going to throw these cards, and we're going to call it a day. I got to go and, you know, do some shit later on. I ain't got time for the bullshit. I don't. Today is Tuesday, right? Remember what books? Or I open tomorrow. Glad I'm wearing the Florida water. I was like, oh, yeah. Glad I wore it. Don't regret it. Like, oh, you can always get your shit back. You can always accurately get it back. There's no excuses. I'm going to look up the codes for teleport. I remember it was 2223 hertz, or I'm going to look up them later on. Teleport your shit back. There's one that can bring about roach attachments in case you lose something. Spirit guides do that until you can't get your shit back. And I inadvertently downloaded that. Didn't even know it. Like your boy Rick Ross. Didn't even know it. You don't even know. Fucking expecting you to get fixed while you getting pulled like fucking logic. It's fucking illogical. Alright, what the fuck is it? Alright, so, what the fuck? So anyways, in the obstacle position, we got the King of Pentacles. And that indicates that you're coming, I believe you're still deeply entrenched in, but you're coming out of a very, very insidious situation that could fuck you up. Right now, you feel like you in the world, but I feel future position, 7 of Wands. You're going to be going through a major battle. You're going to be fighting shit, going through hell to get shit back. 8 of Pentacles is subconscious. And I think you know everything of what's going on with the situation, but you don't have all the knowledge. 4 of Pentacles. Goals position. I feel is to get to a place where you're cognizant of what's going on, reticent. Got all your cards out there and you're ready to take action. Knight of Cups, advice card. You're in a very precious situation. Knight of Cups, you're heading towards a very fucked up situation where you will be victorious, but something is telling you to take charge. You're doing the right thing. 5 of Pentacles is the energy all around you. You have a lot of people thwarting you in your path. But I feel like they won't win. Justice, as long as you stay on the right track. We got Justice here for you in your hopes card. I feel that somebody very powerful is going to come. That's going to level the scales and help you out. Nine of Cups is going to be the outcome. You are going to reach a place of contentment. I don't feel there's deception abound, but make sure there isn't. You know, always dot your P's and Q's. Make sure you ain't got, you know, leveling shit around you like that. With that being said, if you want a more personalized reading, I need money. Call me at ravenbyterror22@yahoo.com. I'm going to continue fixing this issue because this is just long fucking overdue. Peace.